Project we are doing is copying the masters, and what we're doing is we're either going to copy an exact replica of your chosen self-portrait, either Van Gogh, Frida Kahlo or Pablo Picasso, and you can go ahead and draw that in pencil and then color it with any medium you want. Or you can take one of the master's self-portraits and you can put your own face using the same style as that artist. For instance, you could do your face here using perhaps putting in the unibrow and then putting in the animals and some of the things that you see in this drawing. So you have two options. You can either do the exact master self-portrait replica, or you can put your own face into the self-portrait of one of the masters. So I'm going to be doing Frida Kahlo, and I'm going to be putting my face into it. So I printed out a little copy of my face. I printed out Frida Kahlo. You can always use your phones to look at a picture of yourself. What I've also got here is some examples of how to divide the human face up. You can see this one takes an approach where they do a big circle for the top of the head, whereas this one just gives more just general line and form. Both are good, but you're going to follow along with me and we're going to draw the face today. You can use this time as a practice, or you can, if you're happy with your drawing, you can later on turn this into one of your or your chosen self-portrait. So what you first want to do is you want to create a line to show yourself where the face is going to sit. So I always start with an oval in the middle of my page, and consider how much space you have at the top and the bottom of your page, because you don't want your head to fall off the top of the page or your chin to fall off the bottom of the page. Okay, so now I have a pretty good idea of the face, and I'm going to look at this first drawing here that I've printed out, and you can see they've put a circle for the top of the head, and I think that's a pretty good idea to give yourself an idea of how big the human head actually is. So if I put a circle here like this, I know that that's going to be the top of my head, and this might have to fall down a little bit. So if I put the circle at the top here, okay, then I want to come down and draw a line down the center of the face. And now what I want to start doing is I want to start dividing my page up so that I know where I'm going. So I want the eyes to be kind of at the bottom of the circle. The eyes are going to fall kind of like there. And I want the nose to fall below the circle, perhaps just by an inch. So that because the nose is going to go around there. And then the bottom of my lip is going to fall lower than my nose, so the lip is actually going to end there. And then I've actually got a whole nother space for the chin, so the chin is going to go right there. And that's pretty much going to make up my face, so I can put in kind of a jawline to show myself where I'm going with this. So again, let's review. The first thing you want to do is put down a big oval to show yourself where you're going to go. Then you're going to put in a big circle at the top of your oval. You're going to divide it down the middle. You're going to put a line to show where the eyes are going to go, just between the bottom of the circle and the middle of the face. You're going to put one line about an inch below the circle for the nose, and then a line down for the mouth. And you can see we've pretty much done the same as what they've done in this drawing here, where they've done a circle for the top of the face, and then they've done a line for the nose, a line for the bottom of the lips. Okay, now that we have our general outline, we want to actually put an eye directly in the middle of the face. And why we do this is because the human eyes are actually one eye length apart. So if I draw an eye in here, and then I draw two more eyes, they will be perfectly proportioned because of the eye in the middle. So this will get erased. So once we've gotten that dividing eye length, we can take that one out. And we can see we have a pretty good idea of where the eyes go. You can put a little dot going down from the beginning of the eye, from the corner of the middle eye. You can put a dot running down each corner of the eye here, like that, and that's just going to give you reference for where they need to go. And then your nose is going to start around here, and it's going to end at the corners of the eyes. We know that the bottom of the lip is here, so the lips can come down about around here. Okay, so we're getting general proportions. Now if we look at this one, we can see that they've put the eyebrows in just above the eyes here, and they've made another line. So let's do the same. Let's make a little line across the top of the face, and now we know where the eyebrows are going to go. You can also know that the neck comes down just below the jawline. So with my jawline, I'm kind of like here, so my neck is going to be kind of like that and like that. Perhaps a little thinner if it's a female. Usually the female has a thinner neck. Okay. So I've got my basic outline of the face, and now I'm going to go in and I'm going to start drawing. So when we're looking at two separate images, when we're looking at one Frida Kahlo and then we're looking at our own self, an image of ourself, we need to consider what elements we want to leave as Frida Kahlo and what elements I want to be my own. So the things I find striking about this painting are her signature eyebrows, which go into like a unibrow, her signature hair. The background is signature because she always puts animals and leaves and Mexican animals and things native to her land in the background, and sometimes brings them even into the foreground, into the front of her image as well. So those are some things I want to include. But as far as the face goes, I'm going to use my self-portrait as reference. So if I'm looking at the image of myself, I want to see. Let's first start with the first half of the face and see where it takes us. So let me just fold this here. So I want to look at my eyes, and I want to start putting in a few more details. I know that my eye kind of falls down like this and comes round, and then I can put in the pupil of my eye here like that. And then I know that my eyebrows are pretty low down, and so I can follow my guiding lines to help me draw in my eyebrows. My eyebrows are not as thick as Frida Kahlo's, but we can change that up later. And what I can do is I can actually draw a circle for where my eye socket goes. Then I can come down and see, okay, my nose is quite thin. And then I've got a little ball at the top of my nose here, and then my little nostrils come out here, and my nose is quite long, like that. Okay, so I'm starting to get an idea of the shape of my nose now. Remember, don't go too dark, because the minute you go dark, you start confusing yourself. So go back over and erase those marks if you make a mistake. So now I'm just going in and drawing lightly what I see. You can see that I've got this little thing here between your lips and your nose is called a philtrum. Everyone has one. Okay, my lips kind of go down like this. The lip measurement is interesting. The lips fall, if you look at this picture here, the corners of the lips fall with the center of the eye. So if I draw a line going down from the center of my eye, that's where the corner of my lip should end. So that gives me an idea of where I need to go here. So remember to either print an image of yourself out or to follow an image on your phone of your face if you're choosing to do a self-portrait of yourself, so that you can see what you're doing and you don't get frustrated. Okay, so here's the bottom of my lip, and I can see my chin goes further down, and I've got a rounder jawline. Face goes out a little bit where the cheek line would go, and then it comes back in, and same on this side. Comes out and then back in. Top of my head there. My neck is a little bit smaller than this one. Comes down like that and then out like that. And I'm all the time following the image of myself that I've got here. So let me keep going with this drawing. And I'll let you keep going with yours. Now that I have the main shape done of my face, I can look back at Frida Kahlo's. And now I'm looking to see how I can change my face to fit in with hers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the signature unibrow so that it still looks like me, but that it's starting to show the Frida Kahlo look. So I'm adding that in, looking at the picture of Frida Kahlo. I'm also going to add in that slight little mustache that she has, that's very signature of Frida Kahlo. And I'm going to elongate my neck, because that is also a signature of this artist's style. So she's got a shadow right here, and her neck goes very thin and very long. So that's how I'm changing that. And then I'm going to put in the hair and the ears of Frida Kahlo here as well. Remember, the hair goes way above the head. Even though your head might seem like it's small, it's actually quite large, because you've got to consider that it goes all the way around your skull, and that's a big area. So here I can put in the signature kind of braid plait that she has in her hair. And then I can start taking this further by starting to put in the background images. So here I see a cat. So that's definitely something I would want to add, because that shows that it's a Frida Kahlo image. So we can put in the little kitty cat here, just to show that we're doing a Frida Kahlo painting. So once again, you can choose whether you want to do an actual self-portrait or if you want to do one actually of the artist. Like you could just do Frida Kahlo, that's up to you. So those are your options. If you were to just wanting to do, Frida Kahlo, you could approach it this way, where you just do the image of Frida Kahlo, and you would use those same measurements, these measurements, to do it, so that you could get your Frida Kahlo image in. So here's the example of me doing my face and then changing it into a Frida Kahlo image, and here's the example of simply just doing Frida Kahlo. That's up to you, that's your choice. So get going on these and let me know if you need help.